Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and starting, I believe, yesterday, the Historic Artisan event is live in Arena. The last Artisan event was just Artisan, and if you're not familiar, it's Pauper plus Uncommons. And when you're limiting it to only the standard pool, you kind of need the Uncommons. I mean, if it's every card ever printed in the history of the game, okay, you could probably build something with Commons. But yeah, I love Artisan. It's fun. It eliminates a lot of toxic, obnoxious cards and just leaves clever strategies in mid power level decks. It's very, very, very fun to play. Every single deck I went up against was like a fun and fair deck. I mean, this is the best format that they have ever invented, by far. So this time they extended it to Historic, which starts with, I don't know, the one right after Dominaria, I think. I don't remember. It's somewhere in there. It's always confused with Pioneer and who knows. But the good news is they've banned Persistent Petitioners, Cauldron Familiar, Cavalcade of Calamity, and Gates Ablaze, because every single one of those cards can go straight back to hell. I think Cavalcade can basically be built in its entirety, so that's why they banned that. Gates Ablaze, because Gates decks are just OP and a lot of the cards aren't rare. And Cauldron Familiar, I mean, that should be banned for standard just for slowing down the games too much. It's not even like unbeatable. It's just too damn slow. And then Persistent Petitioners is just a mill deck. It's stupid. And I think the rats aren't even legal. I think they were in Dominaria, so no problem. So I just went 5-0 very quickly with a prototype of this deck. I didn't even tweak it. I just played it and then changed a couple cards, played it, changed a couple cards. And then after I won the fifth one, I really took a look at it. So I'm like, oh, if I'm going to make a video about this, I might as well actually care. The funny thing is that card on the front, I think, is no longer in here. Whoops. Let's see, what should I make it then? Healer's Hawk, how about that? There we go. So this is the most basic deck, except, the bar is set really low for Artisan. Remember that. The power level is very, very, very low. And also, since this is Historic, Soul Warden is included, and the other 15 cards from Historic Anthology, as they call it. So this is just an Ajani's Pridemate deck with a couple other cards that do the same thing, and then maximum number of single individual life gain triggers, a little bit of combat ambush, which is the bread and butter of the deck, and then removal to get the things out of your way that you cannot deal with. So we've got 3 Healer's Hawks, fantastic card, love it. I do miss Aerial Responder though, rest in peace. He was the greatest flying dwarf ever. Then we've got Moment of Triumph, so target creature gets +2/+2, instant speed, nice ambush, gain 2 life, love it. Then we got Outflank. I just put 1 in because, I mean, you never know how many you're really going to have in play, and it might be kind of unreliable. I mean, I did have Cast Down in there in its place, and then originally I had Prison Realm in its place as a 4X. But yeah, if you're not familiar, it's an Eldraine card. It deals damage to target attacking or blocking creature equal to the number of creatures you control. So, just fantastic card. Then we've got Soul Warden. I mean, come on. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. Your side or their side. Oh my gosh. Then another ambush. I mean, we got to run the 8 of. These are just too good. So target creature gets +2/+2, 1 cost, instant speed. I love it until end of turn. And then you gain 1 life for each attacking creature you control, which could be a lot. Then we get Vampire of the Darren Moon, Death Touch, Lifelink 1/1. Love it. Just stops combat. Usually gets through too, unless they want to trade, which is not smart because this deck also has removal. Then we've got Ajani's Pridemate. I mean, whenever you gain life, put a counter on it. Then Cast Down. Love it. Destroy anything that isn't legendary. And let me just say, it's very uncommon for cards to be legendary in the common and uncommon slot. I mean, it's not impossible, but a lot of them were in Dominaria. So then we got Prison Realm. I mean, honestly, you could just dump this straight up and put in all Cast Down or all Outflank or something like that. But I don't know. I just really like this. I like the Scry 1. And you usually do have 3 mana. I mean, probably a fair way to do this is to cut this to 2 and 2. Whoops. Yep, Des forgot how the buttons work. All right. So then we got Bloodthirsty Aerialist, which is just a flying Ajani's Pridemate. I hate that she's double black. That's just rough, but whatever. It shows up. I mean, you'll see the fixing. This is such a white-heavy deck, but there's enough black to just support this 1 card. And it is a 4 of, and it is flying. So it's a 2/3 with whenever you gain a life, put a 1/1 counter on it. Then we got Conclave Tribunal. Now this could remove anything. So this will get rid of an enchantment, an artifact, I guess a planeswalker, but I don't think I've seen one yet. It's not impossible, but the uncommon ones aren't very good. Then we got Twinblade Paladin. I love this card. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on her. Okay, cool. And then as long as you have 25 or more life, it has double strike. And you usually do. This isn't like absolute weaponized life gain numbers. It's life gain triggers. But if you're doing somewhat okay, somewhat well, you get off a couple, take hearts or whatever, you probably will be at 25 or higher. And if you just keep swinging with like Healer's Hawk or something, you might get there. It's very hard to actually have the opponent hit you with this deck. And if they have a combat superiority deck where just you have to let some stuff through or you're going to lose every one of your blockers, you're going to turn it around pretty quick with the removal, the ambush, and the death touch. So then in that case, you wouldn't really need this, and you would just use the 1/1 triggers. So no problem. Then we got Revenge of Ravens because, of course, I mean, come on. Whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, that creature's controller loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So not only is it a gain 1 life trigger, but they literally cannot win the game with 1/1s. Or 1/2s or 1/3s or 1/4s. It can't be done. Every time they swing, they will instantly heal you for 1 and then hit you for 1 in that order. Then we got 2 Idyllic Granges. I mean, it's a bit of a long shot considering there's only 4 planes, but it does count itself. I only threw in 2, whatever. But yeah, it enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 3 or more planes. When it enters the battlefield untapped, put a 1/1 counter on creature you control. So not real likely to happen, but it's not impossible. I mean, you could just straight up put 4 in, but this deck needs to be kind of fast, so you could cut them completely. I mean, it's just a fun little thing. Then we got 4 plains, 3 swamps, cool. We effectively have 6, though, so I should probably actually cut this and go 1 higher. I didn't realize I did that. Then 4 Guildgates, 4 Scoured Barrens, and 4 Evolving Wilds. So these do amplify the number of planes. So I've gotten this trigger off. I mean, it's not impossible. So this deck might look really simplistic, but it is. That's the point. It's just sheer firepower with devastating combat ambushes. I mean, you might not think +2/+2 is a lot, but like I said, the power bar is really low. It is like limbo low. This is Artisan, so yeah. Also, this is almost card for card identical to a deck I got to Mythic with. I feel like bringing this to the battlefield is almost not even fair to my opponents. And like I said, I went 5-0 with it. It might not look like much until you're playing with it, which is why I'm going to upload some gameplay examples. Oh, I forgot to change the sleeves. Let's see, what would be appropriate for this? Let's see. Let's do the new ones. Why not? The Mastery Pass ones. Here we go. So let's check out some gameplay. Okay, so this first match is with an early prototype here, but 2 Souls, I keep calling it Soul Sisters, that's the name of the deck. 2 Soul Wardens, that's rough. You're going to start with 2 lands almost every time, but you want to get to 3 because all the power cards are 3. Well, not all. I mean, you get the 1-cost Ambush and the 2-cost, Ajani's. But, all right, so we got Burning Tree, one of the Historic Anthology cards. He's got a Death Toucher. That is bad, but I've got 2 removals. And there's the 3rd mana, so no problem. And every time he drops something in, I'm gaining life. So I could, at that point, with that many, just let him through a couple times, which I believe I do. Although, never miss a good ambush. Bye. I mean, it's an unimportant creature, but, it's still 1 less creature. So, yeah, I target the Death Toucher. It's that detrimental. If I get a 10-10 Ajani's, I want it gone. So we got our 4th land, which is fantastic. He brings out a Sunder Shaman. I mean, this guy ain't playing. Like, this is a pretty good deck here. But I'm still at 26 after the hit. So there's the 2nd removal, and he just forfeits. The limited synergy from limited card pools, it does not take much to tip these decks over. Now, this is a fantastic opening hand right here. I mean, just absolutely fantastic. So, this is a Cavalcade deck without Cavalcade. Somebody needs to tell him that Cavalcade isn't legal. So the color fixing is obnoxious. I would have loved a 1/1 Death Touch out there, but he just would have nuked it, so whatever. 2 Tin Street Dodgers, that's annoying. All right, and let's see. I dropped that in, dropped that in, and dropped that in the wrong order. There's the oops, whoops. I was really hoping I didn't lose the game by 1 life, but not going to happen. So instead of doing that, he should have nuked the Soul Warden immediately. This is like a 1/1 ping deck. I mean, I don't know why he didn't do that. That's not smart. Don't know why he didn't sacrifice to nuke it. This guy's playing like an idiot, I'll just be honest. All right, so we dropped that and missed the trigger because I don't have the amount of mana to get that. Whatever, cool. Still, it looks like a bad board state, but if you look at my hand, he has zero chance of winning whatsoever. So, yeah, so I thought, okay, little ambush, whatever. It's a 1/1, but, you know, it's annoying. And plus, those cards do something. I don't remember what the hell they do, but I wanted it gone. So, there we go. So we got the Bloodthirsty Aerialist, finally. Triggers itself off the Soul Warden there, because it is ETB, then trigger on the stack, so you do get it. And it's Chandra Shitbird, so that's what this was supposed to do. And then we got the Pinger right there. So that is the point of this deck. So a little bit of slow start. There goes Chandra Shitbird, and he knows he's done. That's the whole deck right there. I mean, that's Artisan. A lot of Artisan decks are just powerful cards that are, you know, usually uncommon, supported by some glorified filler that kind of works with it. So you get rid of the big threats, and yeah. So there you go, Ajani's Pridemate, the card he should have blown up. I mean, a 1/1 Death Toucher with Lifelink, I mean, you want that gone. I mean, if you see what he's running, he really does not want that there any more than I want to play against it. So that is ridiculous. How long does it take him to forfeit in this one? I actually don't remember. Oh, Righteousness. He got me. I got to give him a nice on that. So there's one Ajani down. Now think about it. If he killed my second Ajani, yeah, I got the Bloodthirsty Aerialist because I lucked out on the draw, but I theoretically normally could have lost at that point, because then my big bomb power card, the whole point of the deck would be gone. And that's why there's redundancy in here. Yeah, he's like, screw it. All right, so at this point, I'm at 9 wins, 0 losses with this deck. This is, once again, the upgraded version. I had to mulligan, and I got rid of an Ajani's, but that's because I need removal. 2 Ajani's is fine. I just picked up Soul Warden, which is fantastic. Got the cast down. This looks good. We got 2 power cards, 1 trigger, 2 removal. I mean, that is what you want. And he's playing a similar deck. So I thought, okay, let's throw that in first, just because I'll be bigger, got the superiority, and he might drop something, and then I get the double trigger. And that'll put me very far ahead for turn 3, his turn 3. And then he caskets it. So that sucks. Let's see. Yep, he's playing a little slow in this one, by the way, but I sped it up to 2.5x. So I do nuke it, because I'm like, okay, screw it. We're not going to try the Ajani trick again. I just wanted it gone. So Angel Vitality, but he's only at 19. But Lean and Vanguard, I thought about putting that in this deck. It would fit. You'd probably just have to take out one of the Lifelinkers, but I really wanted the flying 1/1 Lifelinker, and then you can't take out the Death Toucher, obviously. So I don't know what you'd remove. I mean, the 2/2 filler Lifelinker is not in this deck like it was in Standard. It's just killing me that I got that Conclave, but I want to keep swinging, because I've got the superiority with the removal there. I do leave that on top. That's kind of questionable. I mean, yeah, it's another power card. Okay. So he drops in some tokens, and it turns out this is actually like an Exalted deck with the backup win condition is Ajani's Pridemate. And I mean, Triumph of Gerard, absolutely insane power card. He's got power cards mixed with removal. He's basically running my deck, but I hate to say it, a worse version. Little bit less synergy, little bit like looser, less tight deck list. Oh, I want to do it. I want to nuke that so hard, but I'm like, I got to swing for 7. I can't lose a tapped 7. I can't do that. So he drops in 2 more, triggers the card to hell and back. And, yeah, he gets me with that one, but okay, whatever. I mean, I'm at 19. That's why this deck, it can take some hits. And at this point, do you really think he's going to hit me again? And I'm so overconfident. I'm like, let's just overswing. I don't care if I take another hit. Who cares? So then he's got a flyer. I mean, this is a good deck. It's just mine's better. Sorry to say it. Sounds rude, but okay. Then I'm just like, okay, that's going to shut down his 1/1s. So I'm not going to get swarmed. And it's going to slow down all the rest of his creatures. And I've still got aerial superiority. So let's just drop it and go. Still sitting on that Conclave, though. And that just drives me absolutely nuts. That Outflank ain't going to do a damn thing. He just gives up, basically. So we're at 10 wins, 0 losses, and this is what I'm going to start with. Most people would say, oh, the most powerful card and some boost, let's go. No, this would be a disaster to start with. You need faster cards. And it might work, but, like, look at that. I mean, are you kidding me? And I got rid of the Ravens because we're too far away from that, and I don't know what he's playing. I mean, yeah, it's one of the most powerful cards in the deck, but it's not what I need now at the beginning of the game. So this is a Knights deck. A lot of people play Knights because there's a lot of cards to choose from. So in the common and uncommon pool, yeah, he should not have done that. He should have left a trigger there, but I guess he didn't want a recurring life gain thing, and I guess he thought maybe I'd take the 2 and swing back for 1 or something, which honestly isn't that good of math, because I've got a flyer. He should really want to reduce damage. That was questionable. Oh, and by the way, apparently Historic does include Dominaria. So ignore everything I said in this video about Dominaria not being included. I don't know when the hell the cutoff it is. It probably is Dominaria. I don't know. I know Ixalan's in it. I thought that's where it started. I don't even remember the order that these came out in, to be honest. All right, so some things are happening, and I'm winning. Yay. Here we go. So he thinks he's real clever doing that, so I boost it. So that's a double striker. So he counter boosts it, actually, with an adventure card. There it is, Rimrock. And then I boost him again. And that is just devastating. Now, unfortunately, I only have 2 lands in play. My cards are dead in hand, and I have 2 cards, and he has, I guess you could say 5. One's a land, so there you go. But I've got an 8/8. But if he blew it up, I probably would have guaranteed lost. I tried to cast that, I don't know why. And I'm like, okay, let's just get rid of that. I can't let him get Night Synergy. I don't know why he thought blocking that was a better idea, but I mean, whatever. It wasn't. Let's be honest, it wasn't. So there's the boosty boost. Too bad he doesn't have any knights to go with it, except for those. So, you know, nice power move there. Really wish I could pick up a damn land, but this deck, the sheer power of this is if you get stuck on 2 land, I mean, those cards, the 3 and the 4 there, are the most expensive in the deck. So in all likelihood, I could just run the whole deck on 2. I mean, the boost, the win cards, the lifelink, the removal, all of it pretty much costs 2. So there we go. I'm forcing another one, and it's 29/8. So I could take any level of counter swing, and I think at a certain point he realizes that. Oh yeah, I nuke his only blocker. Bye. So yeah, this deck is really powerful. 11 wins in a row, 0 losses. It's virtually unbeatable. I mean, I'd say unbeatable because evidently it is, but it could lose to something. I almost lost to a deck that was mono black where like every other creature was death touch because I could only hit him in the air and I couldn't pull the flyer and I just didn't have enough removal. I had to just like swing into it basically. I kept swinging with the lobies and then boosting them to the point where he just decided to finally block the lobies. Like I'm swinging with like a 1/1. He's like, well, I'm not going to lose my 1/1 death toucher. I'll just take one. And then I boost it like hugely, gain a ton of life. And he's like, okay, I guess at some point I'm going to have to block these or I'm going to lose because he was sub 10 on the life. And that was the only way. I just overpowered him. And it was just, I outdrew him basically. He should have won. So that's the weakness of this is death touch, but it's got flyers, it's got removal, and it's got boost. I mean, there's really no strategy I can think of that just utterly shuts this down. I guess mill, but I don't think people can establish that in Artisan. I don't think it can realistically be done. So yeah, build this deck if you want to absolutely dominate the tournament. And it's such a fun event. Honestly, I think I'm going to build a mono green one, and I've got another secret deck in mind that I think would make this one look weak by comparison. So yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed Artisan, if you've been playing it, what kind of deck you're playing with, what kind of luck you had, and I mean, I think it's just about the funnest thing I've ever seen. It's an appropriate power level of Magic. It's fun. It's back and forth. Every single game goes to like turn 7+. There's no just absolute blowouts. There's no shutdown conditions where your deck just can't do anything and you're drawing dead. All these non-fun conditions, but with all the back and forth and tactics and decision making and like play decisions, mulligan decisions, it's like player skill, not a lot of luck and not a lot of, oh, I just took mommy's credit card and bought the best deck and yeehaw, I'm running you over with it. So it's what Magic should be, to be perfectly honest. It's like how Magic was a long time ago. That's why this format is so enjoyable. It's so much better than the standard meta right now. Go play it. Like, I've been playing it even after I already won it. And I would encourage people to go like on the forums and stuff and tell them, hey, this is like the greatest format ever. I haven't had this much fun in years playing Magic. You need to make this permanent or bring it back more often or just something. Y'all need to do something about this. And hey, it's Historic Artisan. They want to sell those historic cards. You know, they want to burn wild cards and they want to get you to buy the pack. This is the way to do it. So they need to honestly make this like a permanent ranked queue or something. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.